Hi there, I'm Buddha and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I'm going to give you a few tips on how to make money as a musician. The first tip, don't forget that being a musician is a job, so be professional. This is the first tip. Act as if you were in a job. Although you might enjoy it a lot and it's your dream to be a musician, if you are being hired and paid to do a certain job, be professional. Look at it as a job. The second tip, take chances. You have to take some chances. You have to play with people that you don't know. You have to play in places that you never played. You have to risk. Because a lot of times that's where your future is. You never know who's watching you. You never know what doors will open. Be open to new things. Take chances. Don't play too safe. You cannot play too safe. You have to risk. Tip number 3, never work for free. It is work. It is a job. You're not supposed to work for free. That's super important. If you work for free, people won't respect you. If people get something for free, they think it costs nothing. It doesn't cost you anything to do that job. So they don't respect you because you're doing it. It's like if you were on the beach having fun. That's not a job. But if you are a lifeguard and you are on the beach and you like the sun and you can go swimming in the sea, you're still doing a job. You have a responsibility. If you are a musician, if you are playing somewhere, if you are playing anywhere, you are responsible for entertaining those people that night or that day. So that's a job. That's a responsible, and you have a responsibility. So you should be paid, and you should be paid accordingly to your reputation. So of course, if you are one of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, you probably will earn a lot more than if you are just the guy that plays guitar. But nevertheless, you should be paid for that. Tip number 4, show up on time every time. That is being professional. If you have a sound check scheduled for 6 p.m., be there at 6 p.m., at 5 to 6. 5 minutes to 6 p.m. You need to be on time. People need to rely on you. Otherwise, you are making people wait for you. And those people might be your bandmates, might be the pub owner or the club owner, might be the promoter, whatever. Even your bandmates are your kind of employees because you're in a band, so they are employing you to be in that band as you are employing them, depending on the situation. But be respectful to all the people that work with you. Tip number 5, know your thing, know your parts, know your arrangement. Don't show up to the rehearsal not knowing how to play the songs. Don't show up in a concert not knowing how to play the songs. Know your parts. A rehearsal is a place where you are rehearsing with the band. You are rehearsing the band, not rehearsing your parts or your arrangements. That thing, you can do it by yourself. What you cannot do is to try the arrangement with the band and to test. The band is an instrument, so you need to rehearse it as an instrument. Of course, you cannot rehearse a band without the band. But your parts, your arrangement are your responsibility. So never show up on a rehearsal, on a recording session, on a show without knowing your parts. Take it seriously. This is a serious job. Otherwise, you won't never be able to make money out of it. Tip number 6, have your gear impeccable. Your gear must be flawless. You cannot have a cable that has a bad contact or a guitar switch that doesn't work, because it will it will happen during a show, during an important thing, during a recording, and you will ruin the show, the recording, the rehearsal. You'll make people wait. You will not be reliable. So have your gear working properly every time. Tip number 7, respect yourself. You need to be great at what you do. Don't just do it like, oh no, nobody's watching. Who cares? I will not play good. I will just play it through the night. No, even if there is anyone watching you, you are watching you. So respect yourself. Play the best as you can, the hardest as you can. So you can be proud of yourself. And this relates to the other tip. Don't pay for free. Don't play for free. Don't go out to play just because. You are doing something that a lot of other people don't know how to do. You are playing music, and that's a special thing. So respect yourself. Tip number 8, respect your clients. And your clients, as I told you before, are your bandmates, the club owner, the promoter, the marketing guy, your manager, your booking agent, everyone that hires you in some way. Even if you are in a band where everybody's equal, you're being hired by your colleagues, by your bandmates, because they want you there. The minute as you don't respect them, they will stop wanting you there, and they will start looking for another guy to be in your place, and someone that respects them. Respect the sound engineer, respect everything. So have your tone being great. Don't play just because you have not a full house, or you have an empty house with a few people watching your show. Don't be like, oh shit, I'm playing this stupid gig. You're playing with your bandmates, so be there for them. Respect them, because they are all making an effort. So you should be making an effort too. Tip number 9, be happy. Have good vibes. This is so important. If you think a little bit about it, you will prefer 10 times to be with a guy that is joyful and happy and good vibes and willing to do anything and that is cool to be with than a guy that is always grumpy and I say it a lot of times. I prefer 1,000 times a good person, a good friend, to a good musician. Because you're spending a lot of time on the road with that people, with that guy or with that girl. You're traveling in the van, in planes, in train, wherever. You're traveling with that person, and you're spending a lot of time with him or her. So if he or she are a shitty person that is always grumpy and having bad vibes and always creating difficulties and always creating problems in the road, you will not have a good time. And the show is only 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. But the trip are 10 hours, 12 hours, 2 days. So you need to have good vibes. Be joyful, be happy, create a good environment around you, and people will want to work with you for sure. Tip number 10, be available. If somebody calls you and say, can you come over? Try by any means to come over. Be available. Be the guy that people can count on, that people can rely on. So people know that whenever they need, you are there. Unless you can, of course. But don't just say, oh, I'm not really, I was right about to watch a movie. I was going out to drink or anything else. Be available. If you want to be a musician, you need to be available. You need to be there, because sometimes where there's an opportunity where you won't even imagine. A lot of people that are really famous or really big in the music industry just got their job by being there, by being the one that was available, like sound engineers, guitar players, singers, whatever. They were there and they did it, and they did it well, of course. But they were there. If they weren't there, they wouldn't be in the band or in that job. Tip number 11, know how to listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, as my wife says a lot. So we are supposed to hear a lot more, twice more than we are supposed to talk. So know how to listen to what everyone around you say. Know how to listen to what they are playing. Listen to what they are doing and compliment what they are doing. Do not impose yourself on this is how I play, this is how I do it. I want you all to fuck yourself. Listen, playing music with other human beings is all about listening. It's a conversation. It's not a monologue as I'm doing here. I have no one here to talk to, so it's just me talking. But I listen a lot to all the other YouTube shows, to all the people, to all the teachers, to all the musicians that I play with. Know how to listen. People like to be listened, and you will learn a lot. So you will get a lot more chances to earn yourself some money, to get better at your job. Tip number 12, always play at your best. No matter how many people are watching you, no matter where you are, always do your best, always play your best. By respect to yourself, by respect to your band members, and by respect to your audience. If there is 10 people watching you, there are 10 people watching you. Don't ever forget that. There are 10 people in the room that took their time to come and watch you. So they deserve all your respect. They deserve you play your best, and not just because there are 10 people you are playing crappy, shitty, playing guitar or I say guitar because this is for guitarists, but this is valid to every musician. It doesn't matter how many people are watching you. You have to play your shit off. Your band members will feel like they have you on their side, and you are reliable once again. So you will have more jobs to do. The guy from the bar will probably hire you because he will say, whoa, there were 10 people, but these guys played like they were in Woodstock. And that's super important. Don't you ever do things that don't show what you're worth. Tip number 13, be organized. That's super important. Always have a bag full of cables, spare cables, strings, slides, picks, power supplies. Have it all in one place. Be organized with the songs, know your structure, know your schedules, have an agenda, have an address book. Be organized in every way. That's the only way that you can be a musician. There's a lot of information going on, show dates, schedules, addresses, songs, lyrics, chords, harmonies, solos, parts, song arrangements. So you need to be organized, otherwise everything will be super deorganized. Tip number 14, be reliable. I've been talking about it in almost every other tip, but be reliable. Be that guy that people can trust, that people can count on. Your fellow musicians, the bar owners, if they know they can count on you, you will get a lot more work and then a lot more money. Tip number 15, and this is a very important tip too. Know your place. If you are a band leader, if you are just a band member, if you are hired to do a job, if you are the star of the show, if you are the supporting musician. All these roles are super important, but you have to know which role is yours. Because if you're the band leader, you are supposed to lead the band, not to be waiting on people to say what to do. But if you are a supporting musician, you need to know how to listen to the leader and to follow his directions. Of course, you can intervene. And try to show your thoughts. But if you are following a leader, follow the leader. It's not your job to take the decision. Okay? And that's super important because you are supporting the leader. And leaders like to be supported. So they hire people that support them. More work, more money. And tip number 16, just do it. Don't wait for others to help you. Don't get excuses on, oh, this is too hard. I tried, but no one was there. Just do it. Go on. Follow your dream. If you want to be a musician, you need to be stubborn. You need to be to go on in a straight line. This is a job. This is a full-time job. This is not a hobby. If you want to be serious about music, be serious. Just do it. If you want to record an album, just do it. Just go out and try to find the resources you need to record an album. The money you need, the musicians you need, the place, the studio, everything. Just do it. It will happen. Well, that's it. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and share it with the world. We'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.